Donald Trump, America's far-right president, plans to eliminate and destroy environmental protections across America. Now, this should come as no surprise to anyone who has followed American politics. The right-wing consensus is essentially to desecrate any regulations as it interferes with the market. However, the already feeble and rather limited protections that exist for the environment being threatened with elimination is a concern to us all across every corner of the planet. With climate change looming, not even looming really, underway, environmental destruction ongoing across the globe, we find ourselves in a global catastrophe where we're actively destroying our planet and seemingly powerless to do anything about it. And as per usual, this can be blamed upon the capitalist system we have. It's easy to pretend that Trump is just a one-off, a villainous man doing bad things because he's bad. And while it's true that he is a terrible person, he's part of a system that encourages and rewards this awful behaviour and these terrible policies. Trump is a capitalist. He has the interest of accumulating capital and commodifying whatever he can to do so. And subsequently, as a capitalist, he has many vehicles for which he operates upon. He has corporations and massive entities of capital that are part of his network and serve him and his beliefs and ideas. And these corporations have a vested interest in repealing and blocking and opposing any kind of environmental regulation as they stand in the way of accumulating more profit, of generating more wealth, of having more capital. When you see Trump threatening to remove significantly necessary protections, he's doing so because he knows that doing that kind of action will make it easier to make money for him and his billionaire friends, people who have massive power in various industries, such as coal, oil, fracking, who want to possess protected land for their own benefit and use it to control greater assets and resources. And this should disgust us all because it's bad enough that we're in an environmental catastrophe caused by corporate greed and irresponsible corporate practices. But we're actively sabotaging our existing protections while this is going on because capitalists want to make more money. It's revolting the more you think about it. That people are overwhelmingly wanting stuff to be done, and the administration presiding over the US at the moment is actively fighting against that. And it's another example of the capitalist problem, in which capital matters more than logic and reason and sensibility and our literal planet. We're gonna have serious repercussions if you don't do anything about the state we're living in. And instead of doing something about it, we're actively, fighting against it. Well, I say we, capitalists are. Capitalists like Donald Trump, who, as a far-right, person, a fascist, has no interest in anything but his own power, as per the tenets of capitalism, and thus, is going to destroy much-needed environmental protections, and is going to be cheered on by significant parts of, the capitalist class, because he's going to make them easier pathway to more capital. And you're seeing this across the globe. President Bolsonaro in Brazil, another fascist, just actively increasing logging and bulldozing in the Amazon, one of the world's most precious and urgently needed ecosystems, being destroyed because it can make capitalists more money. It's just everywhere. In our country, the UK, we scrapped global warming regulatory bodies. We actively, ignore guidelines, and we incentivize harmful policies like fracking. Right-wing governments will not help us end the climate catastrophe we're heading towards, because ultimately right-wing ideas are about building hierarchies, about making money above all else, and the commodification of our planet is just one step of many in doing that goal, in making that money. And if we want to see a better world where we're not actively sabotaging ourselves just for the sake of corporations making more money, we have to recognise that while Trump is a massive problem, he is he's one of many negative parts of an overall capitalist system. So when you're angry at Donald Trump and his awful administration, remember that anger should also be aimed at the capitalist system that causes and perpetuates such terrible behaviour. Just drop the camera there, almost.